practice breath by breath, radical honesty, radical understanding, radical self-forgiveness, radical seeing, to see direct what is really here. Because the moment you miss a breath, life becomes like a movie, and you become like a character, and then you try and build this character to participate in this movie. But you keep on losing, you keep on being in conflict, because this character is competing with all the other characters. And none of these characters are, in fact, up to the task to deal with the script in this moving reality, which is a movie. And you start to lose faith, and you start to try and build faith. But all of it's built on character building. It's not based on the reality of seeing here radically what is going on, being radically honest with yourself about the nature and the mechanics of this reality within which you find yourself. This movie you have created, this thing that you have given names, these words that's become the living word of your reality, where you are playing character. True character is to be physical, real, honest, participating in every moment, breath by breath, in the real reality, changing that which has become illusion into reality. That which has become illusion is temporary and requires your full energetic attention, while that which is really here moves anyway. And then you build layers of characters, like caste systems, like haves and have-nots. None of this can last, because it is illusion and it will end. And you'll go through the pain as this is taken away. And it's only a belief you will be losing. It's only your faith you'll be losing. But it will be very painful, because you have made it as if it is real, as if it is really you, when it is not you. The real you has never ever spoken even yet, because from your very first breath you were pushed in to the sins of the fathers from 7 generations before, and a character, a personality was built. None of it real, all of it a lie. Every single thing you have ever done is a lie. Every thought you've had was pre-programmed. It was never original. Investigate destiny so that you can find out what is radical change.
So another cool video by Bernard Poolman on what it takes to change yourself in this current world, and what we're facing within who we have created ourselves to be here. And we've created ourselves in a way that is automated and done without us being present here as breath, as who we really are. We have designed ourselves in a way where we have separated ourselves from what is reality, what is really going on as we breathe and walk and move, because we're not present, we're not here, we're not directing ourselves, but we're in our heads thinking all the time, reacting to others in our world who we see as the cause of our reactions, but we are the ones who are reacting, so we are the cause of our own reactions. So another point of that separation is blaming others, which we all do, of course, So we have always been this way. This is how humans have always behaved, how humans have always lived, is this in separation with everyone else. We separate ourselves from our community. We live as families in separate houses, in separate lots. We live in separate towns. We separate ourselves into towns. We separate ourselves into states. We separate ourselves into countries. And then we go to separate ourselves into religious categories. I'm Muslim, I'm Jewish, I'm Christian, I'm Catholic. And so the separations continue. We separate ourselves into political groups. I'm Democrat, I'm Republican, I'm independent, I'm a Tea Partyist, I'm an anarchist, I'm a communist. We separate ourselves into sexuality. I'm a homosexual, I'm a heterosexual, I'm asexual. You know, so we just put all these labels and separations into the way we live here. And it's been extreme. Also, the addictions we have towards the stimulus in our reality, the drugs, alcohol, sex, entertainment, money, desires, those have become real addictions. Because we are living as energy. We're living off of energy highs and energy lows. When we're in that low, we want to get that energy to get high again and get that sense of pleasure. But it only lasts, of course, for a moment, and then you go back down again. So we're in this constant up and down, up and down, up and down roller coaster here within our addictions, desires, emotions, blaming, and then this constant conflict within the separate worlds we've created within our lives and our realities, our worlds, and each area of our life. We see separate ideas and entities, we could call them. So it's, we're constantly all over the place within ourselves, because as we're doing this, we're thinking about everything going on and creating value judgments, ideas, beliefs, opinions about everything, when that is just what it is. Nothing is tangible and real here within what you're thinking, because it's in your head. It's in an alternate dimension, so to speak. We're always missing what is here as reality, as what's really going on. As we see the state of the world today, where starvation exists, hunger exists, disease, nature getting destroyed, overconsumption of goods and resources. We're missing reality as in what's real and what supports us, what matters. We're missing this because we don't realize who we are as this world, as this reality. we are the nature getting destroyed. We are the hungry. We are the being starving in another country. And when we realize this, that we're one and equal with these people, we become radical, because we see the mess that is here as this world, and we realize that we need radical change within ourselves to stop all these delusions and addictions that we've lived for all our lives pretty much. And when you realize these points in self-honesty, the oneness of life and the equality of all beings, then that's when you realize that I need to change fundamentally who I am, to be someone who's honest and trustworthy and can stand in the face of what is here and change and solve the issues that have to be solved here, so all beings can live and the suffering can stop. So this point of radical breath that Bernard speaks about in his video, and the radical change that is needed, is definitely a necessity and a point within the destiny process we're all walking, as we are pushing these points to the extreme in self-application and everything we're doing to radically change ourselves so we can change this world radically. And it's time we radically change what's going on here. So to get a radical effect in changing the world completely, we need to be radical beings in everything we do, pushing ourselves to the extreme, changing ourselves fundamentally. And when all beings radically change themselves in self-honesty, self-forgiveness, to the obvious physical principles that life is here, one and equal, then we'll have a radical transformation, and heaven on earth will be here, and it will be awesome. Join Destiny, check out the site, and ecomoney.org is the radical new system we're proposing and supporting and pushing. So support it as well, and thanks for listening.